Welcome to Impact Tech Studios, where we spotlight founders driving meaningful change in India's impact ecosystem. Today, meet Naved Ahmad, climate action entrepreneur and author of Climate Doers, who transformed a barren 6-acre plot into a thriving forest farm and now empowers smallholder farmers through artisanal sea sink biochar for carbon markets and regenerative agriculture. Let's dive into his unconventional journey from Dubai ventures to soil restoration in India. Welcome to the podcast. I will introduce myself first. So, I am Arjun and I represent Impact X Media. We started as a co-working spaces in the north of India, and now we have become an ecosystem for impact startups across India. So we, over a period of time, over the last 9 years, while working in the startup ecosystem, we realized that meaningful innovation is what lacks support and visibility. So we came in and tried to find all types of people who are actually creating meaningful change in India, majorly as a story, and then obviously taking it abroad as well. So we in ImpactX Media find startups like you who are actually bringing in change, and a meaningful change is what it we stand for. So we found you and we found your product as an amazing thing to get on our podcast. So please consider this podcast as a normal conversation between two people. It's like two friends meeting on a table and just having a conversation. We gave you a framework just to guide the conversation and to get you prepared in the directions we'll go. But it might not go into those questions, but in the end, you will find out that, oh,
I
sorry.
understand. Please can. I understand.
Yes.
Yes.
It
Yes.
will.
Reliance is interesting for your audience. Then it's great. Yeah.
Yeah. So please, I welcome Naved Ahmad. So Naved Ahmad is a climate action entrepreneur, storyteller, and ecosystem restorer with an unconventional journey that bridges corporate success and environmental innovation. After a prolific career in Dubai, where he founded and exited ventures in publishing and public relations, Naved returned to India to focus on regenerative living and large scale climate solutions. So now that is a story that I would not like to go deeper. It should be coming from the horse's mouth. So, so the movement from PR to climate is an amazing story, and how you've created impact through it, through your movement and your what motivates you, what drives you, what made you move from Dubai from PR to something which is impact, right? So please give us an introduction of what do you do and why do you do it?
Sure.
Yes.
Sure. Sure. Glad to be on your podcast, and I hope people find this valuable. Uh, to tell you a little bit about myself, the reason today I'm in employment action is for purely selfish reasons.
Right.
And it started with the fact that I didn't want to live in a city. I wanted to live in a village.
Amazing.
So when I was 26, I quit my job in Saudi Arabia and I went on to the Nepal border to plant peppermint. And I did that for about 3 years. So that was a very good prolific period of my life, living in a thatched house, no electricity, no running water, nothing. You just, roughing it out and, drive an old Fiat. I'm talking now 1996. So,
Amazing.
no cars there, right?
Yeah. What a relic it was, bro. The car.
Absolutely. The old Fiat. My dad's old Fiat. Yeah.
Amazing.
So, you realize, romance and all is good, but if you really don't want to live on the edge of survival, then what you should do is get some money in the bank and then do the sales to start, right? So then I went to Dubai. I started with a advertising agency, and 3 years later, Dubai Media City was being launched, and publishing licenses were being opened in Dubai after a very long time. So I got myself a publishing license. I got a couple of partners, and we started publishing magazines, started 2 titles. and that ran for a bit. Because we were kind of the first mover advantage was with us. So we kind of, captured quite a bit of market, but then the big players started coming in. And then I sold the magazines to them. And by that time, I had figured out that there was this very nice space in PR where, socially relevant PR, CSR was coming up, those kind of conversations were starting to happen. So I moved into that, and I built RAI Public Relations. RAI in Arabic also means opinion. In Hindi also it means
Right. Right. Right.
and and then we built ourselves a niche in the social developmental CSR. So all corporates want to do some kind of CSR.
Right.
So we had, but that was our solution. So we built that, and 2008, 2009, I got an offer from WPP to buy a majority stake in the thing. And by that time, I had already, that peppermint dream was coming back, right? I had added enough of the buy. So uh, in 2011, we moved to a barren piece of land outside, and we started living there. We built a kind of a forest on it. We restored the land to its natural state. To begin with, we had one tree. Now we have about 4,000. So it's totally green, and so that was my first. And that was, like I said, it was purely for selfish reasons. I wanted to live in a forest, right? But when you start doing those kind of things, you start, and the development sector was something that I wanted to engage with. So I didn't know anything about the development sector. All I knew was brand and communications and PR, right?
Right.
So I started offering pro bono services to the development sector,
Right.
NGOs, and because that's some kind of a weak point for them. And then one thing led to another. People said, "Why don't you do something else as well?" Then that by that time, I had also learned a little bit about climate action, and the conversation I'm talking 2012, 2013, 2014, right? Climate action was coming into
A dialogue, maybe. Yeah, you would say that is what we, yeah. 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 It was at that time a dialogue. It was not a structure. Yes.
correct,
Yeah.
correct. Um, and but I didn't find a handle on how to get into the what exactly should I be doing there, right? So we did something like, planting food forests in government schools, and we did about 150,000 trees, in 35, 40. That work is still going on. That's primarily CSR funded.
Right.
Right. Uh, and trying to find what exactly I can do. And since I'm living in a village, I know exactly how hard climate change, the face of climate change is, especially for the small farmer, right? Because they have no safety net. They're absolutely exposed to the elements, and no matter what the corporates or the government or the development sectors say, they really don't have a handle on how to kind of have predictable livelihood, like,
Right.
so you plant tomatoes 3 times, and 2 times you have to throw it away because you can't even recover the transport cost. Once you'll be able to sell it,
Correct.
right? So that kind of thing is there. And then I read about biochar in 2020.
Right.
And there was no methodology available to generate carbon credits from biochar, but I wanted to try it. So I started using it on my on my forest, right?
Mm.
And I saw the results and the variations of the results, etc. And then 2022, the methodology was introduced by Carbon Standards International. Uh, they were the first ones to bring in biochar into it, and then other people followed, uh, but but Carbon Standards International offered a model where small farmers can generate credits and can get monetization out of that. Right. So I really like that part of it, because now you're giving climate action into the hands of the small farmer.
Right.
Right. Now, and he doesn't need huge amount of capex, doesn't need huge amount of technology. He just needs to understand how this is working and do it on his farm.
Right. Right.
Uh, and the market. So in 2024, we so we're just 1.5 years old. Ecosystem is just 1.5 years old. Uh, right. July 2024, we incorporated it and we started working with the farmers. And that's the long story.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So looking at this story, there are two key points in the whole discussion. One is the small farmer and the problems he faced in organizing himself to get some uh, predictable returns, right? Predictable returns are from one side a measurement and extra revenue problem, and from the other side it is also how to efficiently use their resources to get the maximum result out of the scarce resource they have, which is land or the way they are or the seeds that they have, right? So these are this is one part, and the second part is the point which is a very curious thing for me as well, is the artisanal sea sink, right? So give me an understanding of the first part and the second. Please answer what. So my understanding of the first problem is that a farmer might also, the only thing that they have currently in most of India is that they have a ecosystem of a panchayat and a group of people who tend to try to get learnings through them and to give back learning. So it's a to and fro process, and then you end up getting some predictability and risk aversion because you have a group of people with you, right, as a group. But apart from that, majority of them in the north majorly, which I have understood from my discussions earlier, the north is a little slower than the south of India.
Yes.
The north of India has not adopted technology in a way that South India has just taken over and very happily taken the experiments forward. So, what is your understanding of how predictability was built with measurement, and what did you see in the ecosystem?
So the thing is, whether it is North India or South India, the thing that you have to understand in terms of the smallholder farmer uh, is that they don't have the bandwidth to think about what how they should improve their systems and their livelihood opportunities, because they're living from day to day. Right. Most of them have debt. Most of them.
Right.
And we're talking debt like 50% per annum interest rate. Right. 100% per annum interest rate. We're talking where you don't have breathing space. And I'm even talking about people who have a tractor, who have a bore well, not really small farm. I'm talking people who are okay. If you see them on the road, you will be fine. You see the thing that they want, they're very smart. Okay, they know the business, but they do not have the bandwidth and the resources to get out of the trap that they're in, and they're getting deeper into the whole thing. Okay, no matter who it is. And then you have stuff like family emergencies, right? or a marriage or, social and because of that, they keep getting into debt again and again, no matter what happens, and they only have their own labor. They can't hire people to do the work that they have. So the the thing that we push to the farmer, and we talk about to the farmer, and my association with small farmers has been over some more than a decade, is that diversify. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, right? Have 10 maple trees, have 10 coconut trees, do half acre of tomatoes, 4 cows, right? So then you have an array of uh, products that you can use over a period of time. Have 10 goats, right?
Right.
Uh, goats like money in the bank, right? Uh, and and do all these things, but then again, the labor problem comes in. The family has to take care of all the things that they do. They just cannot hire labor for ₹600 a day. Uh, so they have to balance that part of the whole thing. And then obviously there are some who are who are ready to put in the hard work, and even with 1-2 acres, they're prosperous because they have diversified. Right. They're growing some flowers. They're growing some herbs. They're growing some perennial stuff. Right. They had the foresight to plant some orchards. Right. So then you might not get huge bulk of money, but you will get a monthly income, more or less.
More stability than increment in income.
Exactly. So you're not running out of money at a given time, and you're not in a crisis mode at any given time. If you are in a crisis mode, you've got goats, for example.
Right.
Each goat, you can sell it to the butcher for 25,000 rupees.
Right.
So you have some insurance there. So what we talk to farmers, this is what we try and tell them, that don't think of it as, oh, how will I take care of 5 goats? Yes, it is every day you have to feed them or take them out or whatever you have to do. But then just look at what insurance it's offering you also, right? Uh, and and this is exactly what artisanal biochar is supposed to do also,
Okay.
right? It's offering you another diversification. So if you're doing, let's say, 30 days of full-time work in a year on artisanal biochar, you should be able to make ₹1,00,000.
Okay.
And plus free fertilizer. You use the charcoal that comes out of the biochar.
Right. So what is the kind of plot size that you're talking about for a small farmer?
For doing artisanal biochar,
Yes, please.
the most basic thing that you can do, and that doesn't cost anything, is dig a hole in the ground.
Okay. Interesting. Right.
Yeah. And the hole is 4 feet diameter at the bottom, 4 feet depth, and 8 feet diameter at the top. That's it. It's a cone. Right. And then we teach the farmer how to process any kind of agricultural waste. Doesn't have an agricultural waste. He can use lantana. He can use any invasive weeds. He can use any kind of biomass that he can get his hands on, which is freely available, right? It doesn't cost anything. It just costs labor. And convert it into biochar. And start first with understanding what the biochar is doing for you. Only see, the driver for a farmer, and this is a mistake that we made in the beginning, was that we started talking carbon credits to them very early, and they don't get the carbon credit part,
Right.
which is understandable. They think it's a scam. We come with some kind of a scam, and you're talking to them. So said, okay, we will not talk about carbon credits now. We will only talk about what biochar can do for you. And all we're telling the farmers is, try it. Just see what it does to you. We will the support system for you. We will teach you how to do it. We will show you how to do it. You don't even have to spend the money on an excavator to dig the hole. I will dig the holes for you.
Right.
Right. And I will show you exactly how it has to be done and then used. So we have got about 65, 66 demo plots now active.
Nice.
Okay. So what we do is we go, are you interested in improving your livelihood? Yes, I am. Obviously, nobody will say no. Right. Are you willing to get biomass, one tractor load of biomass? I don't know. I don't care from where you get it. Or is it yours? You want to cut lantana? You want to do whatever else you can, right? Any invasive weeds in the area? If they, that is the effort I want that farmer to make, right? Because I don't want to give him everything on a platter.
Right.
You just get me the biomass. I will do the demo plot for you. So no matter what you're planting, you plant vegetables, you plant flowers, doesn't matter what you planting. In one portion of your field, I will put biochar,
Right.
which I will charge. The charging is what? Biochar is basically empty of nutrients. Doesn't have anything.
Right.
Right. It's just pure carbon.
Right.
But it has the capacity to once you add nutrients to it, it has the capacity to become uh, like cities of microbes who live in it. Fungi.
Okay.
1 cubic inch of biochar is 100 square meters of surface area.
Okay. Okay.
Right. So the surface area is huge. So there's a huge amount of space for microbes to live in it. Right. And once the microbes start living in it, our soils are dead. Right. We have 0.4, 0.5% of carbon in the soil right now in India on an average. Right. And but what you need is around 10%. Right. So we put 10 tons per hectare is the calculation for biochar. And once you put biochar, you don't have to add carbon again. It stays for 100 to 1,000 years into the soil, right?
Right.
So you created this whole microbial ecosystem in the soil, and that is what will make sure that you have a better yield. You're bringing life back into the soil, which was absent before.
Right. So is scientific research also on game with biochar from all angles? It is adopted up.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There are extensive studies on what biochar does, extensive studies on what happens when you start feeding biochar to your cows, right? What benefits you will get. There is anecdotal evidence also, and there is peer-reviewed scientific studies also on all of that, right? So what we do is basically we show and the farmer sees right away. Or in 30 days, we can start seeing the difference between the demo plot where biochar is and the rest of his field.
Right.
Okay. The moment he sees that, I don't need any convincing.
Right.
To do, right? And that's the demand that has to come. Now, that is the missing link right now. The moment the farmer understands, and the 10 different farmers from around his place will also come and look at the field, right?
Right. Right.
And then they see, oh, this is something which is freely available and which we can do on our field. And let's start using it, right? And they start using it. Then you slowly, quietly bring in the carbon credit part. You also want to make some money out of it. This is the way for you to do. Now you don't need any convincing, right?
Right. So there's a two-step process. You first go in as a biochar practitioner and help them out with the execution of it on a small farm so they can take a decision on it. And then once they are convinced, you move them to the whole farm, kind of try to move it to the whole farm. And then you become a business from two angles, which is the biochar service as well as the carbon credits measurement and application for it. Right.
That's right.
Right. So, looking at the so biochar is one kind of a technology that is a new innovation in the market, and it is there, and there is a lot of buzz about biochar, right? And there is a lot of action on it from your side as well. Looking at the execution of this, are there any side effects of it, and how to eliminate those while you're executing it? So for example, when you see biochar, if I am not wrong, there is one thing that you need to match it with a cycle of how you use it on
Yes.
ESG, right? So what is that cycle? Please give
Yes.
some more details about it. How should a farmer apply it? Yeah.
See, the what uh, biochar depends on three different variables, the kind of application you want from
Right.
it.
Right.
The woody biomass, if you're doing like let's say some which is derived from hardwood or any wood based thing. For example, branches of trees or orchard cuttings or coffee prunings, something which has wood in it,
Mm.
is more suitable for filtration, water filtration, right?
Mm.
Is more suitable for. It's not like you cannot use it for
Mm.
soil amendment. You can,
Right.
but I'm saying it is more suitable, right? Or more uh, like coconut shells, good for that. And for carbon removal, because woody biomass, when converted into biochar at high temperatures, has a lot of permanent carbon in it.
Right. Right.
When I say permanent, it will last 1,000 years in the soil. Right.
Right. Right.
Now, if I'm using rice husk, for example,
Mm.
or sugar cane bagasse, or for example, areca nut husk, right,
Right.
is much softer. Ash
Mm.
content is higher.
Right.
Right. So,
Right.
so this is very good for agriculture,
Right.
for putting in soil because it has the ash and it has the elements associated with that. It has less carbon capture capacity. It
Mm.
can, yeah, but it is very good for soil amendment, and it typically what happens is there are two streams, right? One is the artisanal, which the farmer can do on his field. One is the industrial.
Mm.
Industrial happens in pyrolysis reactors. These are centralized plants
Mm.
where biomass they bring the biomass and they process it. They create biochar from it.
Right.
You can also create syngas, which is methane, essentially, which
Right.
is you can use it as LPG. You can also create bio oil from it. Right.
Mm.
So these are the three products that come out of industrial biochar processing.
Right.
But and because industrial biochar is very predictable, you have a controlled feedstock, controlled process, controlled output.
Mm.
It becomes very easy for carbon credit buyers to
Mm.
see the standardization and put their money in front of you. In artisanal, there are a lot of question marks, right? Because lot depends on the skill of the operator, how he's making the biochar, right? Uh, in the industrial, you don't need the skill of the operator that
Mm.
much.
Right.
Therefore, if you look at it, uh, even large artisanal biochar people who are working in the field do not get the same kind of demand for carbon credits that industrial gets.
Hmm. Right.
You do not
Obviously,
know
because you have lack of standardization, how can you put process and money to it? Yeah.
exactly,
Right.
right? And you can't predict whether you will do 10,000 tons in a year.
Mm.
You don't have that.
The
That
scale of the demand
line.
is so different. Yeah, agree.
Yes, you don't have that. So the Googles and the Microsoft are all going to the industrial sector. So what we decided was that we will make artisanal biochar as predictable and as standardized in quality
Mm.
and with as much credibility as industrial. so that people can see that, yes, this works as good as industrial, right?
Right.
So you can bring the artisanal to that level of standardization and credibility. Then you have uh, uh, the industry cannot get all the biomass that is available in India.
Correct.
They cannot go to every village and collect,
Yeah.
right? They have they have their supply chains, and they have their contracts with people who are, say, a sugarcane factory or a rice mill, right? And you're getting your feedstock directly from there. What happens to the small farmer sitting outside and growing some rice, and he has some coconut trees, and what happens to that biomass? Right?
Yeah.
You cannot access it. They cannot access it.
Correct.
That can only be accessed by artisan. And because of that, industrial has this hurdle that it cannot cross in terms of scaling. And they have capex, high capex, industrial. So their profitability is break even is about 4 to 5 years, right? Artisanal doesn't have that. Yeah. So if I can make artisanal as credible and as standardized as industrial, it will be able to scale to every village. And it will also give the buyer that assurance. So that's what we are working on. Actually, we are building the infrastructure for artisanal biochar to attain that.
And it includes supply chains also. So it includes the value chain, supply chain also, from the point that it has been delivering to the point it has been delivered to the farmer, right? So after the result comes out of it and before the result reaching the farmer, both these supply chain points also you need to build so that artisans will be standardized as well as verified as well as scalable. That is what the problem is.
Correct.
Right. Right.
Yes, that's a good problem. You put it right, absolutely perfectly. And that's what our actual work is.
Right.
This is where we are working.
Right. So, please tell us about your company. So, in the next half of the podcast, we will ask you about the company, who all are working with you, what is the structure of the company, how does it work, in which areas are you first concentrating on, and then what are you looking at as the growth? Yeah.
So what we are looking at in terms of uh, uh, it- how we've structured the company, I will tell you.
Yes.
There are three co-founders. Where I started alone, and then two of the other people have joined us. One is a technology person, and one is a business person.
Right.
So both Keval and Sachin have their own domains, which they are good at. So the thing that I talked about right now, how to bring that credibility. So Keval is working on that.
Right. Right.
But a hardware, software, and assurance platform that can give you the same level of standardization and credibility and a continuous data stream, which can be shared with both the auditor as well as the external buyers, so that they can see the credibility is, and it's all automated. We're taking away. Right now, artisanal is very reliant on people operating the smartphone-based software as well as the kilns that process. We're developing both the kilns. We have filed a patent for a new kind of kiln that transforms the whole process and makes it standardized. Right? It's not, yeah, and it's a village level technology. I'll be able to share more details with you in some time. We are still doing A/B testing on that.
So our channels are always open. We become a part of your movement. So it's not only this podcast. You will see the people we've interviewed. They are still getting promotions from us, and we keep on introducing them with other people. So please don't stop your story at this podcast. So please keep.
No, we won't. We won't.
Yeah, because the purpose of this podcast is also just to keep a light mode. This purpose of this podcast is also to just find friends in the ecosystem and then create value for them. It's not his podcast, it's just a friendship that we are extending our hands for. Right. So, yeah.
I know. That's fantastic. A very good initiative that you have put together. And I will go and now check out the other people who are on your.
I will get you connected with some. I'll introduce you to two or three, which I think will be very useful for you. In your villages, there will be some performance issues, for example. So basically, the way uh, a farm is generating the produce, and then when it reaches the market, the buyer must be many times the buyer must be saying that I'll pay for 60 or 70%. I'll not pay for the 100% of your produce, because while it
Right.
reaches the market, it might lose the 30% of it because of storage problems or whatever, right? So there is a scientist who I interviewed, and he has a very nice product called Green Pod Labs. I'll introduce you to that guy if you feel you want to get introduced, and get introduced to your villagers. This basically is a pouch, 1 rupee pouch. You put on fruits and vegetables and lots of boxes, and he does individual customized research as well, and creates those pouches, which are organic pouches. You put them in a box, and the life of that box, whatever it is, whatever vegetables or anything is in there, goes 7 days to 14 days more, which is equal to you buy the seller saying I'll buy 100%, I'll take 100% of my price, right?
Yeah.
Which is another thing I will introduce you to. And then there are many, so I'm in the ecosystem, so I'll just introduce you to all of them. So I'll give you an introduction after this podcast. Yes, so please, let's get back to the topic. Sorry for digressing.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So right now we are using the Carbon Standards International methodology, which is the global artisan ceasing methodology,
Right.
which is what I explained to you.
Yes.
But what we want to do and what we are working on actually is the three parts that I told you about: an improved kiln that's standardized. This standardizes the whole operational part of it.
Right.
The technology part, which is the the DMRV
Right.
of that system, right? So that it gives you a continuous data stream of credibility.
Right.
And the third part is put both of these together and then make it into a franchisee model. So if a villager, and there are many villagers who once the demand starts coming in from the uh, farmer's side,
Right.
what happens is you need quantity,
Right.
and you have whole different kinds of feedstock which has to be standardized into a product which can be used in the field. So we are building a franchising model which is IFH as a service. So we will install the kiln in the village, and we will give you the DMRV. You run it as a business.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And you get 30% of the carbon credits. The company gets 30% of the carbon credits. The farmer gets 30% of the carbon credits. 10% is kept for regional expenses, right? So everybody benefits. And we to go looking for capital to expand it to 1,000 kilns or 10,000 kilns or 1,000,000 kilns. And it just costs 2 lakh rupees.
Right.
It's not very expensive.
Right.
The whole business setup is 2 lakh
Right.
rupees.
And the
So
ownership goes down the value chain. The ownership goes down the value chain, and the farmer takes ownership of it and gets
the villagers own it. An NGO can own it, a FPO can own it, an individual farmer can own it, run it as a business, make money out of it, right? And become part of the climate action. Because, see, the task of climate action is so big that no one company, no one individual, no one person can do it. Right? You have to build a distributed system so that other people can take off from it, right? And make it open source. Have your patents, yes, but make it open source. Give it to everybody, right? So that everybody uses it. And why do you go into climate action? You go into climate action because you don't want to be. If you want to make money, go to state, right? Zero risk, assured income, right? If you want to go into climate action, don't think just money, because it is not for money. You might be able to build a unicorn. You might not be able to. You might fail, right? It's high risk, extremely high risk, because you don't know what's going to work and you're basically charting new territory with every move that you make.
Right.
So, so when you go there, don't plan things. Right. Build a distributed system. You will benefit from it in any case. Right. Let others benefit, because you can't do everything. No one person can do everything.
Right. So from your product science standpoint, how much of standardization have you already achieved? So at what phase of the franchise, where are you in the build toward the franchise model? Yeah.
In 18 months, we will start our first franchise. For 18 months, we will be scaling to 50 kilns.
Okay.
So 50 villages will have our investment, our kilns, our production, our people running it. Right. That's our plan. We might stop at 20. We might take it to 100. It all depends on how fast my franchisee model gets popular. The moment other people start looking at it, and that is one part of it. The second is, because we're building a new system, this methodology does not exist, what we are making. Right? So we have to get buy-in from registries, third-party registries, who are not part of our company, right? To see the kind of assurance that we are offering. In artists, right? Quality, standardization, and the credibility. So they will be coming in and looking at it. So there is something which is not in our control. Right? We can build the best system, but only when the outside people come in and look at it and say, yes, this works.
So there is an opportunity for patents also in this? Is there an opportunity for
Oh,
patents
yes,
for you?
absolutely. No, we have, yeah. Our new kiln will be patented. It's already provisional patent. We filed.
Amazing. Provisional patent meaning you are already in the case patent process.
Yes.
Awesome. So filing has happened. That's a good sign. So looking at the product, and looking at your vision for the next 1 year, 18 months that you're talking about, 50 villages will have your setups, right? Give us an understanding of what kind of revenues, what kind of any numbers you have in your mind. What are you planning to achieve out of it? Because in the end, I used to be in the same
kiln. I will give you a unit at
starts. Yeah, so we used to be very happy to say that working for other people is our task. Yes, it is. But if it is not profitable, it is not sustainable. I have seen that happening n number of streams. And asking for money for the sake of asking for money has never proven to be the right approach, because then the vision gets lost till the asking of the money. Yeah, so please give me your
No, my understanding of a business is, I mean, my first company that I started, the word startup did not exist.
Right.
2001.
Right.
Right. So there was no ecosystem. There was nothing. Right.
Correct.
So I come from that school,
Yeah.
where you have nothing and you build from nothing to everything. Right. So for me, raising funds is a very small part of the whole plan. Right. We only need about $500,000, $600,000. That's it.
Right.
To get this
That is the
operation.
charm. That is the charm of a social enterprise, which is actually working to make money out of the whole transaction, so that everyone in the ecosystem earns money out of it. Right? It's not only raise a money from somebody or donations, however it is.
Yes. No, and I don't believe in burning money for the sake of growth.
Right.
Growth
Correct.
should come from demand,
Correct.
not from burning money.
True.
So unit economics you have to look at. So our unit economics is very simple. One kiln can process 300 tons, make 300 biochar in a year. Right. When we make 300 tons of biochar in a year, we charge the farmer 10% of the biochar that he makes. So, for example, if somebody uses our kiln, brings biomass and uses our kiln to make biochar, uh, he leaves behind 10% of the biochar for us as fee. Right. So that biochar is used for the operational expenses of the kiln. This is about 6 lakh rupees. Right. So there is a biochar agent who's running it. Either he's a franchisee or is an employee from the company. Either of the two things. Plus there is some maintenance, etc. So in about 10 lakh rupees, you can cover the expenses of the kiln for the year. Right. After that, the 300 tons of biochar that you're making will get you 600 carbon credits.
Okay. Right.
Each carbon credit right now is going for $100 to $150 each.
Right.
In the market.
Right.
Let's say we take a 50% discount on that. Let's say it's $50. Right. I'm taking the worst case scenario. Right. At $50, you multiply 600 with $50. That is your revenue of the unit. Right.
Right.
And that revenue has no cost because you've taken off the cost with the 10% you charge in the farmer.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
That is your unit economics.
So that's amazing to see that how a solution that is solving for the environment is also creating value in the value chain for the stakeholders there itself. So it is amazing to see how
Absolutely.
this
30% for the farmer,
yeah,
30% for us, 30% for the franchisee or the operator,
right,
and 10% for the expenses.
So looking at the money that then out of carbon credits expectation that the ambition of carbon credits and giving you that kind of return compared to what they are making from a small farm, what is that percentage connect? So what is that kind of a positive thing that you can talk about?
So like I said, if somebody uses the global artisan ceasing methodology, which is available right now, spends 25 to 30 days in a year on making biochar.
Right.
From the carbon credits itself, he can make about ₹1 lakh.
Right.
So for 30 days of 25 to 30 days of work,
Right.
he can make ₹1 lakh.
Right. Which is 1 month of
That's
life
like-
every day. So obviously it goes at once it starts as a flow, it is a cycle. Right.
No, but when you're doing the global artisan ceasing methodology, the farmers are doing it at their leisure.
Right.
So, right. So they have free time. Let's do one burn and make some biochar. Right. So you also need dry weather, right? So the moisture in the biomass should be below 15%.
Right.
So you time it. I'm not saying you put all the 30 days in one go. You do it the way you want to do it. It's totally flexible.
Right.
All you have to do is call our biochar agent when you are making, if you want carbon credit money. We don't force anybody to generate carbon credits if they don't want to.
Yeah.
Right.
So
You can just make biochar and use it. We'll tell you how to do that.
yeah.
Right. But if you want to make some money, when the carbon credits get sold, all you have to do is call the biochar agent, right? And he will come, and he's got a smartphone. He will follow the global artisan ceasing methodology, and he will record the whole life cycle analysis of the process, and it will come on our dashboard. And we will see whether all the evidence is correct. We will approve it, and it goes to the registry, and registry issues the credit.
Right. Understood. So now let's go down to understanding your. It's been 1.5 years around for you being in the market, doing this amazing movement of yours. How does your top line look like? So, is it?
So we will close June. Yeah, we will close June with 5,000 carbon credits.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So at $100, we've got $500,000 worth of asset.
Right. So you're generating assets, and in terms of cash flow, how are you working on the cash flow?
It's all funded by the founders.
Right.
We have not taken any money from outside because we are in the experimentation
Right.
phase right now.
Right.
Once our kiln testing is done, and once our DMRV is kind of operational, we will go and raise some.
Right.
Because this is not something uh, that commercial money will be attractive to, firstly. And secondly, we don't want that pressure either, right? Because we don't want to compromise on our mission, which is to impact at scale,
Right.
right? We don't want to be pushed for growth. Big thrust first. Growth will come.
Right. 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 And honestly, whenever you're looking for something now in the future, also, whatever that amount is, small or big, you will be always be looking for patient capital, people who are actually understanding your ecosystem to give you money that way. It should not be something like uh, just for the sake of investment, it might not work out. So your domain expertise might be complemented with some value chain support or something like that might be a good push to that side if you look at it.
And we are plugging into any kind of ecosystem that helps us or that we can approach. Whether it's not always about money. It's about, connecting with the right people who can offer you support, who can offer you network, who you advise, who can, show you the path, and who can talk about what you're doing in their circles so that, it can, it's such, uh, and we did from the very beginning in this way, is that we want to solve problems, not build a company.
Correct.
A company will get built when we solve the problem.
Right. Right. Agreed.
And we identified the problem right at the beginning and said, artisanal has in the credibility and standardization of industry. And we have to build that infrastructure. Once we build that infrastructure and it's trusted by people, it will grow.
It will. Definitely it will. And your team is amazingly structured. I have understood that the main core parts of your product are already understood, and there are three co-founders in your company, and all three of them are contributing in their own subject matter expertise. The product is structured well to be shown to our audience. The product, it's solving a meaningful problem. The problem and the founder is working on standardizing what he's building to make it scalable across India and wherever the need be. So at this moment, the story of this startup by Naved is amazing. EcoSys is doing amazing work and would love to see you grow leaps and bounds. Once this podcast gets done, right? So I'll give you an understanding. So once we make this podcast live, you will be getting an email from me. If we are not already friends on LinkedIn, you will get a friend request from me. And
We are.
we are already, right? So we definitely will be introducing you to a number of people we've interviewed recently. There are a number of people, and these are ecosystem holders as well. So in the south, you have, if you must be a part of a lot of ecosystems like Sustainable Mafia. That's one group of young people who are doing a lot of stuff. They've named it eclectically right for the age group, but they're doing amazing stuff. Their energy is such amazing energy that anyone who aligns to them just goes into a flow of happiness. So I'll get you connected to one guy who's running it. If you are already connected to them, good and well done. Apart from that, there are three more startups I'll introduce you to, which I can think of. One is the Green Pod Labs product. The other one is Renew Cred, which I invested in very recently. And they are also into carbon credits and how to measure them. And they partner with all scientists across to just become that registry for a national grid that is now about to come, as you know. So in the next 3 years, the government is going to have its own carbon markets to deal with.
Maybe you can be the registry for our new methodology.
That could be one way, but yes, currently I'm not into it. I'm just getting connections done, becoming friends to all of the people in the group. But yes, Renew Cred is an amazing where I have seen him grow. I'll get you introduced to Abhimanyu from that team. Apart from that, there is one really amazing. If you know Saji Varghese is one more introduction that I could do with you. And I'll introduce you to a number of good ones, right? So you will really appreciate that.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
So there are so many, I can't name them all in this podcast. So
No.
just LinkedIn is
It's an organic process. Yeah.
Yes, it is. So pleasure to you.
Thank you for your time.
Pleasure, Naved. It was a pleasure having you on the podcast. Wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you. And we'll keep in touch.
Yes, we will. You've been listening to Impact Tech Studio podcast. Naved's story shows how artisanal biochar brings predictable income and life back to dead soils for small farmers, diversifying livelihoods while removing carbon. Subscribe on Spotify and YouTube and share with your network. Keep building with purpose.